Having your own biological mother as the biggest villain in your life sounds like a movie. Yet for me, that is completely real. I am Jacob, currently in my 41st year, with 20 years of a happy marriage and 5 beautiful children. However, my life was not always as peaceful as it is now, and the same goes for my wife, Sarah. Both of us were unfortunate children with disturbed childhoods. Sarah had parents who were both alcoholics. While she was still a child, her father suffered a liver failure that led to his death. As for me, my parents got divorced a long time ago. It was not just an ordinary divorce, but a violent one. It would not be wrong to consider my mother responsible for it all, but it's a shame that she never regretted it. After separating from her, my father moved several states away, while my mother remains just as vicious and violent as she used to be because of the traumatic experiences Sarah and I had as children. We tried our best to ensure our children never face the same. We have always strived to be the best parents in the world and do everything we can to make our children's lives comfortable. Discussing our occupations, Sarah works as a sports coach while I serve as a scoutmaster. Thanks to our 20 years of dedicated effort, our children are healthy, happy, and have everything they need for physical and emotional comfort. Our families have also played a role, albeit by teaching us never to be like them. Reflecting on my past, I endured significant physical and mental abuse from my mother starting in early childhood. If I were to recount the instances of her violence, aggression, bitterness, and cruelty towards me, even hours wouldn't suffice. During her marriage to my father, she used every legal means to ruin his life, something that persisted for decades until his patience finally ran out and he divorced her. However, her cruelty did not end there. After my father left, all her frustration and hatred were directed at me. After using every possible means to torture me physically and emotionally, she kicked me out of the house when I was 16. This left me on the street, wandering from home to home trying to find a place to stay. At the end of this struggle, I was finally taken in by Rex, a boy 4 years older than me. After staying with him for 2 years, I completed my education and found a job at 18. This gave me a chance to build my own life from scratch without relying on others for help. During this time, I met Sarah, whose struggles were somewhat similar to mine, and we got married. After years of effort, working overtime, and compromising on our expenses, we managed to achieve a stable middle-class lifestyle with a decent house and better jobs. Since I never wanted to be as cruel as my mother, I allowed her to occasionally stay in touch with my family, but with strict boundaries and limits. For 20 years, our life continued peacefully. We would have a call with her once a month, and she did not involve herself much in our family matters. However, even then, she never acknowledged the hatred and violence she had inflicted upon me. The past was erased as if it had never happened. Anyway, her violent and disturbing nature has been taking control of her senses again for the past 2 years. This began after her second husband, fed up with her attitude, left her. Taking this as a blow to her pride, she revealed the most bizarre and cruel side of herself imaginable. She has almost become a psychiatric patient, suing my father in family court, reporting him to the police for no reason, causing severe misunderstandings within the extended family, and filling my children's minds with negativity about their grandfather. Realizing she was up to no good, I decided to take action. In January, I sent her a message politely asking her to reflect on her behavior towards me and my family, requesting her to stop. Her response to the courteous note was as expected from someone like her. A call filled with all kinds of names, curses, frustrated with her unchanging attitude. I blocked her on my phone. However, this did not end her negativity. After some time, she called Sarah and subjected her to the same series of curses and threats. Seeing this, I sent her an email demanding she maintain a distance from me and my family for the time being, and that was helpful for about 6 months. It was not until this morning that she came back to torment us. When I opened my laptop, I found multiple bizarre emails from her, demanding to meet my children on their upcoming birthday. Not only that, but she also gave me a 24-hour deadline to set a date for her visit or be prepared for a legal notice from the family court. That was the end of my patience. Even though she was my mother, I couldn't shake the feeling of her resemblance to a bully, persistently shadowing and causing distress until one reached a breaking point. Her return caused me a psychological breakdown as I realized she was clearly out of her mind this time. Today reminded me of my psychological condition when, as per court orders, she used to take me to meet my father at McDonald's every 2 weeks. During the 2 hours I spent with my father, she would sit in her car and wait outside. The pressure of her presence never allowed me to spend quality time with my father. But that's how it was since she hated him. If any day our meeting extended a little past 8, she would come screaming into the cafe, grab me by the arm, and pull me out while threatening my father with arrest for trying to kidnap us, something that was never his intention. All those experiences, combined with her continued interference in my life even now, when I am a father of 5, make me wish she had already died. No one would ever use such harsh words for their biological parents. But to me, she is the complete opposite of what a mother truly means. She is a bully who will never leave me alone and tries everything she can think of to hurt me. Today, I consulted a local family law practice to get a referral. My intention is to send her a legal notice to stay away from us. Ironically, I have to spend a huge sum of money just to ensure my family's protection from my own family. That money had been saved to send my children to summer camps, but I guess it was meant to be used this way. I can only try my best and hope for the best. Update 1. It's already been a few days since I faced serious psychological turmoil, and I am quite calm now. The support and encouragement people showed me during this time were truly worth appreciating. I liked how people showed empathy towards me, but I was disturbed by the revelation that many others are experiencing the tormenting attitude of their parents, some even worse than me. At the same time, some people considered me the first one to blame for being a victim, which didn't really make sense to me. Regarding the matter, I have discovered that I am a resident of one of the only 2 states that have codified the rights of grandparents over their grandchildren. Fortunately, in my state, grandparents do not have a direct right over their grandchildren, but they can file a petition and seek assistance from the family court. Considering this, I contacted a family lawyer to understand the situation better and develop an appropriate strategy to deal with it. He explained to me that while my mother does have the right to file a petition, she does not stand a chance to succeed if Sarah and I do not approve of it, as parents obviously have greater rights over their children than grandparents. He also told me that a simple decision to terminate my relationship with my mother would be of no value unless accompanied by valid reasons, such as her bizarre attitude and specific instances where she displayed it. Even if she remained in contact with my children afterward, the lawyer assured me it would be infrequent and under our supervision, which finally allowed me to relax. Following the advice of some people, I attempted to apply for a restraining order but realized it would not be effective without evidence of severe violence. Since I had no such evidence, the advice did not help. On the recommendation of my family attorney, I decided to use certified mail and email to send a private cease and desist notice to my mother. Additionally, I tried to exert social pressure by informing every single member of my extended family about my current situation and what was happening. I told them about my mother's behavior and actions that disturbed our family and my decision to stop her interference in our lives for our own well-being. No one in the world knows my mother better than I do, and I know her negativity only thrives behind closed doors. If there had been a way for her to become a better version of herself, it would have happened in over 70 years of her life. I remember an instance from last year when she fought with my stepfather and nearly ran him over with her car. Not only that, she caused a ruckus at his office, cursing and humiliating him in public. Even then, they never considered handing her over to the police. Instead, my sister intervened, forced her to sit in the car, and drove her away. Embarrassed by the incident, my stepfather took the damaged car to the parking lot and covered the repair expenses out of his own pocket. This is something we have been suffering from for decades, and it has made me firm in my decision to pressure and embarrass her in public. Thankfully, the tactic worked, and my mother asked me to stop, promising never to threaten me with legal notices to meet my children. That moment brought relief, but the frustration she had previously caused made me want to expose her in a public forum. However, considering that she had backed off for a moment, I decided not to pursue it and instead have a peaceful holiday with my family. I recently learned something significant. My parents got divorced in 1991, and my mother was very vicious towards my father at that time. She nearly beat him to death. Back then, my grandparents on my father's side had obtained visitation rights for us, but she went to court to cancel those rights, claiming that as a mother, only she had the right to us. Using the court, she separated me and my siblings from our grandparents, who were much more good-natured and loving than she was for years. The only times I could meet them were during court proceedings. In 2000, a law was introduced in our state granting grandparents rights, giving my mother a chance to claim a right to my children. The fact that she advocated for her rights to her children as a mother, and then wanted the grandparents to have the same rights when she became one is so selfish. I would never want anyone to go through what I have experienced. The relationship between a mother and her children is widely regarded as the most cherished bond in existence, a source of unparalleled fortune for those fortunate enough to experience it. However, the belief that parents are always a blessing is not universal. For some, the closest to them inflict the greatest pain and suffering. In such circumstances, it is crucial not to succumb to the negativity that surrounds you. Instead, allow these experiences to serve as lessons, guiding you towards embodying the opposite. Refuse to become a part of the cycle of animosity. If you aim to contribute to a better world, it begins with your own personal growth. Hence, it is upon you to try and become a better version of yourself.